learn from each other, engage on civic matters, politics, socials, and the rest of them. So that education is not a one-way thing and it's not a destination. It's an ongoing and continuous process. So we have to continue doing it. So today, something that struck my interest again, just so that while we are looking at one thing or agitating for one thing, we can also continue to look at the advantages in the other ones we are ignoring. Because you never know, what you are ignoring may be the cornerstone of what may even help the agitation or the agenda at the end of the day. So it occurred that one of the aides to Governor Gandola, as you know him in the north, uh, tweeted in criticism of President Muhammadu Buhari over growing insecurity. I showed a tweet here. It says on Twitter, clearly we as APC governments at all levels have failed Nigerians in the number one duty we were elected to do, which is to secure lives and properties. Not a single day goes by without some sort of insecurity in this land. This is a shame. Deal with terrorists decisively or resign. And here's where my interest lies. This person is a northerner. Not just ordinary northerner. Aide to the governor. Media aide. How many of our own Yoruba appointees to governor or even to local government chairman has this kind of temerity to even speak out? Now, I'm not here to say any ethnic is inferior or superior to another. No. I'm only saying sometimes when we think that some people are condemned or we have wrong prejudice against certain section or set of people, we are prone to error judgment or erroneous judgments. And I've always said it, that all oppressed people are the same across the world. And in fact, the people that you bank your confidence and trust more on, that you feel are more civilized at this or that, are not even doing this. Let me remind that it's not the first time this man is doing this. He had been suspended before. And I'm also wondering why our Yoruba brothers who are presenting on YouTube and everywhere are not talking about this. Oh, because he's from the north. And I've always said it. It doesn't matter where you're born from. It's about the value system. It's about what you're exposed to. It's about the spirit inside of you. This man, for the next tweet I'm going to show, which is a throwback, had been suspended before for similar acts, as you see here. Said, I've never seen a government with zero empathy like that of Buhari. This is a media aide to an APC governor in the north. Emphasis on these three things. Media aide, that is an appointee of a governor in the north, criticizing the president of his party. Those three things. Now, he said so many times when his people are going through a difficult time and expect some sort of tap on shoulder to reassure them that he's in charge. But he failed to do so. The I don't care attitude is on another level. He then went ahead to say to speak to your own people over issues that are bedeviling them has become something like a favor you are doing to them. Over and again, you cannot spare 5 minutes and address the nation to calm them down. The same people you went to the 36 states to beg for their votes, it's heartbreaking. If you are in Oyo, Ogun, Oshun, Ondo, or any state, or anywhere, the media head to the governor of where you are currently resident or residing, show them this and ask if they can be this patriotic, because this is the definition of patriotism. And I'm not here to preach one Nigeria. Break the country all you like. I've told you I'm indifferent. Whether I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm in the Dual Republic. For as long as the factors, all these hypocrisies are still present, you have only changed the name of the country. All oppressed people have something in common. And I'm not here to defend anybody. I'm just here to say all these wrong prejudices over time, that to believe that the northerners are backward and they want the things to remain the same, is not true. And that is an example. Northerners are equally tired of the status quo. It is just the few you see in the media, governor of Bauchi State talking this and talking that, defending bandits. Those ones are the ones to go after. Those ones are the actual culprits. Who told you there are no Yorubas who are also not talking, even in the face of all these things? There are more Yoruba politicians who are not talking. I am deliberately talking to those of our people who always make it look as if the North is our problem. It's not the North. It's a section, a class of people who just decide that they want to continue to hold the rest of us to ransom. Sponsoring banditry. So not all Northerners support it, and that is the point I'm here to make. And if you think that because, we claim we are civilized in this part of the world, we are the most politically illiterate, those of us who are in the Southwest, and we need to begin to encourage ourselves to wake up again. We need to nudge ourselves. I'm not here to make you feel happy. I'm here to tell us the blunt truth so that we know how to work on ourselves and improve on ourselves. How many times have Northerners, Southerners, how many times have Southerners, Westerners, seen their oppressor and confronted them, and even to the point of even stoning them? Salute to our Eastern brothers who gave, yam treatments to somebody, in Germany during the yam festival. That yam treatment, kudos. Our Yoruba brothers, they will see you and say, "Yeah, Baba niye." Do not forget that it was in the same North, the North that we think are not the North that we often, our social media, Yoruba social media brothers, which I want to use this opportunity to start calling them to please stop demonizing everybody, stop generalizing that everybody in the North is wrong. These guys have even staked more and sacrificed more than us when it comes to holding people to account. It's just that the poor ones among them are victimized, just like we are also victimized by our own oppressors in our own tribe. Do you remember Bamaso, when protesters booed Buhari in the North? I bring you back the video. Bamaso Damburuba. Did I remind you that was in the North? Imagine that crowd at Agege in Lagos and Tinubu is passing. What do you think they will be saying? I'm not saying people have rejected Tinubu, but at least the way our social media paints it is as if Tinubu passed today, they will stone him. But imagine that crowd was Agege and the convoy passing is of Tinubu. What do you think they will be saying? From what we know, they will bring drums, they will roll out the drums, they will even take Ashwebi to welcome him. But these are people saying, do you know the meaning of Bamaso? Bama, we don't get out, we don't want to get out. Including calling him thief. Our Yoruba people that we think are most civilized will not do this. Gentlemen and ladies, I am not here to say one ethnic is superior to the other. I'm saying we need to actually instead connect more of the oppressed people regardless of ethnics. Because everybody is actually tired. It is not only the Igbos that want Biafra. It is not only the Yorubas that want Oduduwa. Everybody actually is tired. And you have seen examples from the North. When have we sacked anybody? When have we sacked anybody in the Southwest for criticizing the governor? No, any appointee that you know in the Southwest that has ever criticized his governor, the way this guy has done. Now he has been sacked and arrested. His name is Salisu Jakasai, if I'm correct. And please, if you know anybody who comes online to generalize that the North is our problem, please endeavor to slow them down. Lecture them if you have to. Correct that wrong impression. Yes, we have a number of people who are benefiting from the system and do not want the status quo to change. So we also have them in the Southwest. So you also have them in the East. I know many Igbos who don't want Biafra. Many. Not one, I'm not talking about few, I'm saying many. So that anytime they even hear ESN or the AIPOB, do you know what they feel? The resentment in them, like those nuisance Igbos. The same thing Yorubas. I'm not saying I support that, but I'm saying do not make it look as if the entire North. No. Northerners are equally tired. But the law is only meant to oppress the poor. Just like we also have it here. Oh, they say, oh, we are not the same people. The Sharia they practice in the North. Who told you that the poor people are not? Who told you that the Sharia law affects the elites? When the emir can marry 13-year-old and the Sharia law will overlook that. When the governor will steal dollars, hide under Agbada, and the Sharia will overlook that. But let somebody out of hunger, Ebinkpa, goes to steal just Maggi in the market, they will amputate him. They will cut off a finger, chop off the leg. And the same also happens here. Somebody stole Governor Aregbesol's phone. How many years imprisonment? Was it not 14 years? But the governors can steal. It's okay. Authorities stealing. It's the same way everywhere. So, please, let us educate us. I know you don't like this message I preach. I'm not saying one Nigeria. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying it is always wrong to make it look as if it is an entire ethnic. It is wrong stereotype. Very bad, wrong, false generalization, poor stereotype, erroneous prejudice, prejudging people based on tribe. They are tired too. They are tired. They are just not allowing the media amplify their reactions or their thoughts. The media, the mainstream, covers it, and they are not as exposed in the media as those of us who are in the Southwest. So when we say we are exposed, it's not as if we are that exposed. What's our exposure? How many of us have PVC? These are the ones who get PVC all because they just want to kick out they want to kick the hearth of a bad politician out of power. They are better organized than us politically. And they can even, despite being appointed media aide to governor, can still say, I disagree with the president. How many of our Yoruba brothers in APC do that? How many of our brothers in APC can do that? If you know any honorable member, any appointee, PA, special advisor, senior advisor, whatever appointee, so any governor in the Southwest, ask them, show them this, show this to them. Ask if they have the effrontery to try this. Ask them now. Ask them that they can even mention the name of the president and say, Mr. President, you have zero empathy. And even mention the name, like, I don't care. No, now, see the face of the guy. This guy is not Igbo. This guy is not Hausa. I mean, this guy is not Yoruba. This guy is, for all I care, Hausa. So when I make points, I like to always buttress it, and I'm happy I found a very good avenue today with this guy. This guy is a hero, henceforth. So please, when you are drafting your hall of heroes of fame for people that deserve our applause had this Yakasai guy there, Salisu. It's not about the tribe. This is a patriot. Again, in case you're joining late, I am not here to use that as a venue to preach one Nigeria. I'm not also here to say we must break the. I'm not interested in whether we break or. But I'm saying there's no way you will even want revolution or break up without still requiring this. Let the Northerners join your voice today and see what happens. And see whether it is not faster. But because we abuse all of them, make them look like they are bad, they are the problem, they just recoil and wonder, what are these people saying? You think they like it? They don't. They're tired too. And they are even more vocal than us because they can face their politicians and say it. We, our own people, cannot. We only go on social media, hide on that WhatsApp group, and they do it. They face their politicians and say it. They are not hypocrites. So I'm not saying we must maintain one Nigeria because of this, no. And I'm not saying we must break it. I'm indifferent. Don't forget. But it's just to ensure and to also caution, enthusiasts or patriots of our unborn nation, Oduduwa Republic of Biafra, not to think I am by that therefore saying we must maintain one Nigeria. As I said, whether if I wake up tomorrow morning and I meet myself in Oduduwa Republic, I will appreciate it. But what I appreciate more is that we now have electricity. What I appreciate more is there's no job for our youth. What I appreciate more is that our roads are now good. What I appreciate more is our education system is now good. What I appreciate more is that healthcare is now there. Insurance for military and all that. That is all I care. If all those things are not there, despite achieving Oduduwa Republic, if all these factors in Nigeria, corruption, bad governance, are still present in Oduduwa Republic, we have only changed name. We have not solved a single problem. And that is the point I am making. I'm indifferent whatever name you call it. If you like, maintain one Nigeria but change the name from Nigeria to, as he said, according to Professor Kalu Ezera, he suggested that we are supposed to be named the Republic of some guy. Change it to Republic of some guy. Let it be our own native or autochthonous or indigenous name. Give it a new indigenous name. But let all those factors, bad governance, poor electricity, unemployment, all those corruption, and let them still be present. You have not solved any problem. You have not solved any problem. So the point I am making is let us please extend our reach to our brothers also in the north who are equally tired. All oppressed people have one thing in common, and it is oppression. Yakasai here has expressed it completely. He has demonstrated what a true sense of patriotism is by that act. Somebody will say, I don't mind losing my means of livelihood. I'll tell the truth. That is. And it's from the north. How many Yoruba brothers will damn the consequence and speak against the governor or speak against the president? Alright? So that's the point I am making. Just a few comments and I close. Somebody says nobody talks against Buhari administration and you call this democracy. Don't say nobody talks. Maybe you don't talk, Kings. We are talking. We've been talking. We've been protesting. S.A. Obasi, Yoruba nation will still need revolution because the political class and all institutions are decayed. Well, proponents of the unborn nation say it is automatic. Once we find ourselves in the Oduduwa Republic, all those things change. So I believe with them. It's called faith. And that is why we have religion. Religion will say, just don't question, don't query, just believe and be saved. So I believe with them. Nathan Osuo said, take a strand. You mean strand of air or strand of what? Is it strand of air? Take a strand and stop for saying around. You don't even, I'm not going to yab you, but you don't even know what you're saying, my brother. Rewrite it so I can understand you. I mean, let's stop being confused. You want to confuse yourself. You just want to abuse. My stand is I want good governance. That is my stand. You can't railroad me into choosing a new republic or an old republic. I'm not interested. All I'm interested in is good governance. Samuel Onang say, Omo Eleshore told Nigerians not to vote APC and PDP. Did they believe him? No. Well, they have never believed, Nigerians have never believed anybody who doesn't come with money. Ganifa Emi said the same thing. Ganifa Emi was even moved to tears. We know the story today. Even in his ward, even in his local government, I'm not sure he won. Yeah, that's how serious it is. For as long as you're not coming with money, Nigerians do not listen to you. Gentlemen and ladies, I want to draw the curtain here, and I thank you for your time. Okay, somebody just wants me to quickly attend to something. Hello, Shegu. Not all Hausa Fulani are bad, but saying they are not scared confronting their leaders, that's not accurate. The Northerners hardly go against their leaders. But I've just showed you example of somebody who damned his employment with the governor. Look at this, for instance. I don't know if he came in late, but this is somebody who has just been sacked today. Okay, you know, his media hate to Governor Ganduje in the north, and he confronted the president. And this is not the first time he's been doing it. He was suspended initially for writing the following piece of. You can look for Dawisu. Just look for him on Twitter. Follow him up. Okay, this is the guy. He's a northerner. And I also showed you a clip somewhere in the north where Buhari was passing, and you know what they are doing here? They are shouting, they are chasing Buhari away, almost turning him. We don't want to see, and these are northerners. If Tinubu were the one passing here with this kind of crowd at Agege, what do you think they would do? So they still have better, and that's the point I'm making. They still have better political orientation than us. The only thing we are good at here in this part of the world is to make mouth on social media. Those guys, they don't joke with their PVC, and they can kick the house of any politician. It's just that media is not reporting. They don't have as much media presence as those of us in the southwest. Okay, so let's. I'm not here to make you feel happy about the Dual Republic. I want to do Dual Republic, but I'm not going to be lying to you. These northern guys, they got balls, man. Let's give it to them. Nelson said the time spent on tribal politicking is way more than the time spent governing. Let everybody govern themselves, reduce this tribal wahala, and that's the point. Mark says, if for example you see 10 million naira from Tinubu now, will you still criticize this government? That is our problem. Well, it depends on who you are talking to. But for me, if I wanted to be rich, I would have been rich long ago. I had the opportunity long ago, and it's too late for me now to renege. There are so many avenues to make money in Nigeria, and I've shunned almost all of them. So I prefer the little I get from my hard work and sweat. So it depends on who you are talking, who you are directing that question to. Okay. If I wanted to be rich, I would have been rich long ago. Any other question? Yeah, DSS is already trailing the guy, and it's so sad. It's unfortunate. Okay, gentlemen and ladies, at this point, I think I want to draw the curtain. I think that's it for now. Somebody says never to. Well, everybody has a choice. I mean, I've caught my own pattern already. I've caught my own path to life. I can still be rich, but it doesn't have to be through corrupt political means. That's the point I am making, and I'm happy you understand it. Somebody says the youth are now better informed. The next election, if at all, will not be business as usual. The people you think are woke on social media don't have PVC. Don't make mistake. Oh. And I keep warning you people, stop making the mistake of thinking that because you hear all these things on social media, that our youths are therefore woke. The supposedly woke people here do not have PVC. That's the point I'm making. I must make to you. Somebody says, okay, what options do we have? We need a third-party option. We have the numbers: 80 million Nigerians youth, only 15 million Nigerians voted Buhari. Yeah, the point is, again, as I said, out of the 15 million people who voted Buhari, Consider how many of them are northerners because they have PVC. Consider how many of them are from the southwest who are still being paid by PDP and APC to do agents for them, to canvass for them, to collect money during election. Okay, so we still need to go grassroots, and yeah, and we have plenty of time, but it's unfortunate we are still distracting ourselves. The time we have to do this, we are wasting it picking ethnic stories, very funny. So somebody says, what's your opinion about recent kidnapping? We are of the opinion that it is stage money. Of course, government, they are using it to distract all of us. They are using it to distract, and that is what I just said. They are using it to distract, and we are also distracting ourselves with it. It's unfortunate. Instead of us to now start organizing ahead of 2023, whether the reason they rig election is because we don't participate. Yeah. If they say, okay, there are 15 million registered voters, even if truly they are not up to 15 million, and people did not troop out to come and use or maximize that 15 million, they will just concoct the figure to meet up with the 15 million supposedly registered voters because people don't come out. So it's easy to rig when you don't come out. You now go out and say election don't count. Who told you? If votes don't count, why do they pay for it? If votes don't count, why do politicians pay for it? Who tell you it doesn't count? They are using all these things to distract you, and you are also hyping it. You are hyping it and making, yeah. Somebody say, if all the southern and northern come together, we can get a peace. Absolutely. Wake up, Nigerian youth. Thank you so many. We are distracting ourselves. Somebody say, you, Sharia and Co. should include local languages to report, please. Definitely. It's something that BBC is doing already. BBC Pidgin, BBC Yoruba, BBC Hausa, But it's a whole lot of investment, if you ask me. It's not easy to have reporters cut across all languages and send them across different fields and beats. You think it's cheap? And if we ask for support and donation now, you start calling us names. You think it's easy? The ones that we are even doing here, it's not cheap, bro. Or sis. Bro, yeah. It's not cheap. But I'm not here to spoil your day. I'm here to just tell you the truth. By the time we distract ourselves between now and December 2022, by January 2023, when we realize we are supposed to have been organizing, it will be too late to start organizing by then. But I'm doing all this so that we'll be on record that we want, that we are allowing ourselves to be distracted too much. Gentlemen and ladies, I do the curtain here. Larry Safari, come to my rescue. Bye for now, people. I love you.
Everything don't yama. Waiting just they happen, they happen. This country don't scatter. Everybody waka. Them don't change the country to banana republic Every little thing when I see I go yano. Say something. Every little thing when you see make you yane. My ancestors. But if them kill the messenger, they no go fit kill the messenger. I say my people just they suffering and smiling. Vagabonds in power. They fool me, they fool you. Those government in power. You don't tell them they play your soul. Vagabonds in power. They fool me, they fool you. The government in power. I don't tell them they play your soul. Vagabonds in power. They fool me, they